Hi, Paul.
Hello, my friend. How you doing?
Not bad, thank you. And you? Do you hear me?
I can hear you great, my friend.
Okay, perfect, dude.
If you're ready, we can go ahead and start, my friend.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
I wanted to ask you, how did Flames of Heaven become a reality? How did this all start for you?
Well, I have to be honest. My dream when I was 15, 16, when I started to to listen to rock music, was to form a rock band, a rock metal band. So I started to compose, etc. But in this long path, I found a lot of troubles because it was very hard to find the right people
Hmm.
to that understand my dream and to have the right formamentis to be a professional musician and to make some sacrifices to get this goal, to achieve this goal, and of course, maybe I was looking for gifted and talented people, but also great person. No, it's not easy to find this mix.
Sure.
So I have to learn almost 20 years to realize my dream. Meanwhile, I built my solo career in as symphonic composer that for now is in pause as but because now I'm totally focused on Flames of Heaven.
And I wanted to ask you as well, were there any changes in the recording process for you this time around?
Hmm. You mean about the last album, for example? Okay.
Yes.
Well, for me, it's very easy to compose music. So I every day compose several minutes of music. So in ears there are tons of music, and about lyrics is a little bit tougher, and so I compose by myself. I compose all the music, lyrics, arrangement, orchestrations, and so my I have very clear ideas, and my path is very clear. And the hardest part, of course, is not the composition part, but the production part
Hmm.
because I have to check every little step, every little details of the production, and hard work, recording stuff, orchestration stuff, every kind of you can think about of this kind of work, and we took a bit longer than the previous time because I had a little bit health problem in this very long process, and we wasted about 1 year to try to mix and mastering ourselves. But the final result was not good, so we started from the beginning to the pre mix, and now with Simone we achieve a real great result.
And I wanted to ask you as well if you could speak on the track um, that you had video for, which is Where Love Burns. I wanted to ask how that video went for you and how the song came to you.
So it's one of the autobiographical songs, and because it talks about my last love story or love affair, and was very it was very tough to break up,
Hmm.
etc. And I remember that day like the one of the day that I suffer a lot in my life. And so somebody started to me to grow up to write a song about it. Of course, the video clip doesn't represent this kind of situation because talks about three girls that have the same problem, more or less. And but I had in mind this plot, this story, and about the music, of course, it was a great choice to set this idea in AOR, 80s AOR style,
Hmm.
because it's full of that decade is full of this kind of struggle within with love, something like that. And so I'm very proud of this song. Very super proud about the song, the lyrics, the video clip, and I think that it is the great hit of this album, and was the first video clip that have been released, and it get a lot of success since the beginning.
I wanted to ask you if you could talk about one of my favorite tracks, which is Eclipse.
Ha ha! Oh, great question. Because I think that Eclipse is a little bit underrated for the all the journalists, the lot of magazine we are talking about, and but it's Limb suggests me to cut off the song to put it as Japan tracks, bonus tracks. I say absolutely not because I think it is a very great. It's a gem of the album because
Sure.
oh, we're talking about the arrangement. It's a AOR dark AOR from 80s. It reminds something of I don't know John Carpenter of horror movies of the 80s, and I like this song. Honestly, of course, I like all the songs, but
Sure.
Eclipse, I think is very underrated. So about the music, so we already talked about the music. About the lyrics, it's also biographical song, and it talks about. Spiritual or demonic attacks that as a great believer I often I often a victim of something of like that and in the night and since I was 20 that happened to me this strange fact. So I tried to explain my feelings in this song, and
Sure.
I am very glad that you appreciate this track.
Yes, I feel it's a standout track on the album.
Thank you.
I wanted to ask you, what's the next step for you? What can fans look for next?
As I told you before, for me it's very easy to compose music. So in my life, I think that I've already composed and recorded as notes, of course, like 20 20,000 minutes of music for the next album that of course I have in mind clear. I've already composed like 700 ideas and will be a very great album. And but I think that we need at least 3 years because this marketing campaign for Symphony of the Universe is very tough, and I
Sure.
think that I never rest. I need a bit of rest because I worked on it. 4 years in a row. So after this stage of marketing campaign for Symphony of the Universe. I will take a little break, and then I will start to put the new music in my Cubase to think about tracks, but almost and half of next album is already in my mind, set in my mind.
And I wanted to ask you that. And speaking of the future, if things go along as planned, do you have any visions of formulating a complete band and taking to the road?
So yes, I mean, as you can imagine, a lot of people ask us live performances, concert, etc. But I think that my idea was to wait at least 3 albums
Hmm.
because I think that Symphony of the Universe. I have to say that is one of the best album for almost all magazines. So I'm super proud and super happy.
Sure.
But I think that we need to reach a big fan base, uh, a bigger crowd, more listeners to mark our name, our moniker clear in mind for a lot more people. But if we received an offer che non possiamo rifiutare in italiano, like Godfather, that you cannot to reject, maybe we can think about it earlier than we supposed to do. But I don't know. For the moment, is an idea that maybe one day we can realize.
And I wanted to ask you as well, if you could speak on your personal musical development. At what age did you begin your musical career?
Uh, you mean if you mean as a pro, my first solo album was 2010. The First Crusade, that was instrumental epic symphonic album set on the Crusaders, the First Crusade age, so in the Middle Age, something like that. And the second one released in 2011, and its name was Flames of Passion, and in the same style, musical style of the previous one. Then a lot of my music of the best of this track, I made a unique concert, a lot of concert, but united all these tracks in one epic opera that have been performed several times in the theater and churches in Italy. And I think that this opera deserve much more attention. So in the future, I want to realize something about it, or a rock metal opera about it, or something like that. Would be an idea with different singers, a vocalist or musician. Would be a nice idea. And then Flames of Heaven came out in 2020, and so here we are.
And I wanted to ask you along your musical journey, what do you feel has been the best advice that has been given to you along the way?
Hmm. Um, I think that I didn't receive a lot of good advices. I have to say, sadly, that um, I received. I had to face much more difficulties in this musical path because first of all, from a lot of teacher in conservatory, for example, because they didn't believe that one new student could have talent because they just study, but nobody wants to do nothing.
Sure.
So first of all, from some teachers, and then in the beginning, from some of other musicians. But now I think that after this Symphony of the Universe, I didn't receive any of sort of evil attack from
Sure.
people because I think that this album I don't know that is I made it so I'm not the right person to tell to say that, but I think that is something special and you can feel the blood, the soul, that there's something that special in not just music. It's a message, is pulsing. It's an art pulsing, it's a pulsing heart. So I think that all people who listen to it realize this and they respect this work.
Sure, absolutely. You can feel the passion throughout this album. And I wanted to ask you as well, if you could speak on the album artwork and the artist that was involved.
Um, Well, we are basically a band. I mean that I would like to work with same people. I wait a bit more because for the first album because I wanted to find the right people to keep them with me. For a long time for not for an album. It's not a project, it's a band. We are friends and of course it is like a pyramidal
Sure,
structure, so it's very clear role, but I think like a body there is a heart, the arms, the mind, etc. But I think that for example, Marco Pastorino contacted me in 2010. When I released my first album have been released, and he asked me to do something much more near rock and metal
mm,
when I have time, if for me it was okay, etc. Michele Bioni was a teacher in a school of music near my house, and it's I don't know if you know, but is the most is the guitarist with most viewed guitarist on YouTube. Something crazy. There are one video like 20 millions views. It's a cover of Beethoven. And when I found vocalist and guitarist for me was wow. We are almost there because I think that voice and in lead guitars are very important. Is this kind of
sure.
music. Of course, all instrument and musician are, but they are the core. And so we contacted Giorgio Terenziani and Paolo Caridi, who are friends of Michele, and they are very good friends and professional people. And Paolo Caridi was called also from David Hellefson and Jeff Scott Soto, Geoff Tate. So it's very famous in the U.S. His work with
Sure.
these legends.
And I see you have a six string beside you. Were you practicing before we discussed?
No, sometimes for me, it's very difficult to practice because every time I try to, because I am a composer. I'm no, I would like to not to be judged as a player because I'm a normal player for the
Mm,
moment. I am a good second guitar with a lot of people say I'm very humble about it. So, but if we play, of course, live, I think that Michele is one of the the best guitarists in the world. So I have just to help him. And but I have a problem. Every time I say I want to practice, I start to compose. So because every time I try to make some practice, it came out good ideas. So I stop me, I take my cell phone, I record, and that's it. So okay, so it's a dream or nightmare at the same time. So, but I promise that I will try to not compose too much music.
I wanted to ask you as well, going back to the album, what is the best way to get a physical copy of the album and any merchandise that you have?
Of course, this is a very nice question because, as you know, is if you buy through or via our websites www.cristianofilippini.com/flames of heaven, or you can find easily in the shop section with English flag. This is the way that can help us more because of course if you buy through other channels like the label etc we have just a little percentage of it and but the most important is the CD because the only way to get the CD signed by me is to buy.
You froze up, my friend. I don't know if you can hear me. Cristiano, can you hear me?
Bob,
Ah,
are
there
you
you are.
okay? Okay.
You froze up for a minute.
Okay, okay. So I have to say that the best, the only way to get our CD is and to support us the best way is to buy via our website directly. It was the only way to get the copy signed by me. So if you buy via eBay or other or in the shop or Amazon, that's not this chance to get your special dedication with sign, with the signature, etc. And of course the merchandise is very very important, very very important. Because with 25 euros you can get the t-shirt, with 20 euro you can get the CD signed by me and with dedication. It's the best way to support us directly.
And lastly, my friend, I wanted to ask you if you could give a message to your fans, what message would you give them?
To other bands, you mean?
To your fans.
Ah, your fans. Okay. Um, I want to thank you all because yes, we are artists, we are composer, we are musician, but when I am the moment when I am at the height of the of happiness is when I received a message from you, message from people who very often write me with your music you change my life, you make my life better, and it's full of power, full of very good messages, and so for me uh, be be being very important for these people is crucial because it means that I achieved my goal to change a little bit this difficult world.
Well, I wanted to take a moment to thank you, my friend, for creating an album I enjoyed from top to bottom.
You're welcome and thank you.
It's been an absolute pleasure speaking with you, and please keep me updated with any new news as it comes about, my friend.
Of course, Bob. Thank you for the chance to be interviewed by you.
Thank you. And you have a great rest of your day.
Thank you. Thank you both.
Take care.
You too.
Bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye.